in-person events are definitely a welcome change. But it looks like we are going to get started with Game 1, winners quarters, best of 3, starting on Battlefield.
Yeah, all right, so we have Espi is the red fox, Webwipe the red puff. Not surprised to see Battlefield kind of as a starting stage. Even in doubles, it's very, very neutral, and it's a pretty important edge guard right here to start things off.
Thank you for calling out all the characters. That is very helpful. You know, I was thinking about this earlier today. I feel like there's so many advancements in just the defensive play in singles, right? So in doubles, I wonder if we're going to see like the longer string combos that we used to see.
Yeah, it's funny because like one of the things that it's not obvious, especially if you don't play doubles a lot, about kind of the difference between singles and doubles is even some of the defensive play you're mentioning, like a slide off or something, it can be interrupted so quickly by just like getting hit randomly. So yeah. I am curious to see how that kind of plays out and how it is going to affect things. But this grab could lead to a lot. It doesn't look like it ends up panning out.
Ooh, not going to get the re-grab there. No tech chase situation. Yeah, just being able to cover so much. But yeah, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Even with a good defensive option, there's just going to be someone there to always cover it.
To get it, the attack off the ledge ends up comboing. Kind of something you don't see every day. Good shine pressure, but ends up getting caught out of it anyway.
Webwipe doing such a good job keeping Espi safe there on that edge guard, but Foxsock will still go down.
So one thing worth mentioning about Webwipe specifically, and it's funny because this is such a big advantage for Puff, is he is not a rest-heavy Puff. You know, we have someone like Toussaint who's trying to push rest as far as he can. Webwipe doesn't really rest almost at all, and in doubles it feels like that's one of the things that makes her so good. So yeah, kind of interested to see how often he pulls that out.
Yeah, I think it's like a staple in this team, right? Especially Fox being able to get so many grabs, even like wave shine into rest, things like that can be really potent. But what Webwipe is doing really well is keeping the stock. Like only getting to 0%, only getting to this second stock in 2 minutes in, right? So holding the stocks is also a really big component of Jigglypuff's play, and Webwipe is doing that well.
Yeah, definitely stock tanking as a floaty, so important, but also, you know, super powerful with Jigglypuff is what we're seeing now, which is that kind of ability to stall things out, not get in these dangerous 2v1 situations, wait for their teammate to come back, and it's a big deal. It's helping a lot.
That puts a lot of pressure on Espi though, right? When someone is just re-grabbing the ledge like that, you're really counting on Espi being able to take these 2-on-1s. That's a huge stock loss for Green Team.
Yeah, no, but this edge guard could be pretty big. Does actually, wow, what beautiful shine to get him to re-grab it. Oh my god.
Yeah, great pound too. 3 stocks. Well, everyone is at 1 stock. That's crazy.
Yeah, so in this kind of situation, strategically, like when you have Jigs just kind of stock tanking so hard, you know, I don't know how much experience you have with dubs, but like, what do you think they should be doing? Should they be focusing more like on Webwipe, or just kind of pushing the Fox that much harder, or which?
I think typically when you see the Puff going to the edge like that, you just focus on the person on stage, because Fox can get really blown up, right? And sometimes if the Puff is too far out of position, they can't really help, so you'll get a quick like 50%, maybe even a KO because Falcon's on the stage before anything can happen. But it looks like Green Team is down to their last stock.
They're going for a clip here. You know, this is like barely doable, but I think with this, it is going to seal it out. Good suicide there. Gonna close it out. Espi and Webwipe take the first game. Counterpick wise, where do you think we're going?
If you have if the Puff lived for a long time, right? So either you go with the train of thought if you want to get the KOs quicker, so you go some stage smaller, or you can maybe do the thing I was talking about where you do the 2-on-1, so a stage that's bigger like Stadium or Dreamland, you can kind of keep the Puff out a little bit longer because the stage is a little bit bigger, and then really just put the damage on Espi. So I wonder which way they're thinking, because I think there's merits to both sides.
Definitely, yeah. It really depends on how willing you are to kind of accept like the chaos of a smaller stage, or if you really want that kind of breathing room. I think both of these are good teams, you know, character-wise, like.
I think because of the thing you said where Webwipe doesn't rest too much, a smaller stage might be cool, right? Because you can just get right in there and not be too afraid of the rest. But they're going to go FD. No platform here.
Yeah, kind of, you know, I think so much of dubs, it's like it's both such a similar game mode to singles, and then in other ways it's like so different. Like obviously we see FD as a super punish heavy stage, not the greatest stage for Puff generally, but of course like some of those punishes aren't going to pan out the way they would in singles. You know, you don't have these extended chain grabs from Fox. You have to be using these kind of more coordinated team efforts. So interesting choice for sure.
We get like really fast KOs too with the Falcon here because they have so many less options to get out of the combos, right? So I think we're going to see a little bit more of that. Man, just no rest on the table is a very interesting thing for a team dynamic of this, for this kind of team with Fox Puff.
That's the thing. Like I think if he gets an up throw, like he'll go for the rest. But it's like you know on Fox or something. But he doesn't kind of like you can kind of spam it almost sometimes in doubles. And some Jigglypuff players will just be like, how aggressively can I go with this? And that's clearly not the way he approaches it, which I don't almost agree with it. You know, like I kind of like that approach that Jig.
You gotta put the fear in them.
Yeah.
They're like, S-Smash might have worked out. Can they get this KO? Falcon is living for so long, and both of them actually make it back. That's a big deal.
Not just make it back, but they get the grab, and he hits his own teammate with the back air.
Low percent stomp.
That's gonna do it.
6 stocks to 6 still. Both taking their time on the Angel platform, composing themselves.
Once again, we're seeing that kind of stock tanking approach from Webwipe playing out. So for all of his kind of lack of rest, he is still alive at 148. Oh my god.
Yeah. That is really crazy, actually. Wow, finally at 162, losing the first stock.
Attack does save him there, but he is maybe able to recover. I think Webwipe can help him out too. Yeah, careful not to re-grab the ledge. Actually ends up setting an accidental situation, but it seems to work out anyway.
Yeah, it looked like Green Team actually just gave them the ledge completely, right? They didn't contest it at all. So a little bit of fear from them on that particular edge guard sequence.
For sure. But, you know, 5 stocks to 5 again. It's funny, like, it's hard to gauge how even this is, you know? Like, as we see Fox just about to die, but the stock counts aren't too different. We've got 2 people at 0. Anything can change for the rest, of course.
Yeah, so far it looks like they're kind of wanting to double team the singular Fox while pushing out the Puff, right? The Falcon is doing a really good job just like spacing all these up airs and keeping the Puff out and really making the Puff having to kind of come in and work for it. But still pretty even, like you were saying.
It feels like the momentum, like all you need is one strong hit, one kind of edge guard, and it sort of swings back in the favor. I don't know, like, it's just such a strategically difficult kind of decision, like how exactly, you know, how should they be approaching this? And I'd love to hear kind of from Espi and Webwipe, like what their game plan is, like beyond just like stock tanking and kind of like the basic stuff.
Right. I think a lot of it is just also just breaking up the Falcon combos too, because we haven't seen even like 2 or 3 hit combos from the Falcon. They are very good at combo interruption, but that is going a long way. Not the huge like need confirms that we might be seeing. It's usually off of reads as opposed to hard combos, free combos. That's good.
Yeah, that is, I think, kind of maybe the nail in the coffin. We need to get a lot off of this punish if Red Team is going to make it. And not doing too bad of a job, but
really solid jump read there. And yeah, this is a really difficult situation because on FD as well, both of them can really get huge combos, but gets the stock. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, I think you always want to go for the 2-on-1. I think you always want the 2-on-1. Because the chain grab...
do you remember H-Box versus H-Box and Ads? Yeah. Did
That
you know
also
when
did
I was
not work
mentioning
out
it?
for
Is
them.
that what you thought I was going to say?
Yeah, that's why I started laughing. I was like, that's definitely what I was thinking of as well. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was that's like a heritage moment in Smash. Like, do you remember when H-Box was like, I got this.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Exactly.
Oh, man. But it is 1-1, right? Is that right?
Yeah, it is 1-1. We are getting Webwipe and Espi's counter pick. I'm kind of feeling like a Dreamland or something could work well for the kind of strategy and the characters they're playing, but I don't know.
Oh, this is best of 5, by the way. Correction.
Ah, there we go.
It was
Okay.
Best of 3 to best of 5, so might see this set go to distance. And we see Nunn and Zubby also in the background, maybe watching, scoping out their opponents. Who's going to be winning this set to be facing them, perhaps? Or we got Game 3 on Dreamland. So this is the Fox and Puff's counter pick. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. And it makes sense. It's funny though. All the characters on screen, I think, like this stage. You know?
Yeah.
Like as a Falcon player, like, do you ever feel like, ah, damn, Dreamland? Like,
No,
I think just the space.
Yeah, it's really just like kind of play styles and how the set has been going. So it seems like they're okay with the space. But even on the other side, like you're saying, they were fine with FD as well. So it's not as hard of a counter pick, right?
No, definitely. Like, there's lots of like, little subtle things that you think wouldn't make like a big difference, but then actually just play out so differently because of the existence of competitor to kind of interrupt sequences, to kind of contest space in a different way.
Yeah. Ooh, I like the jump reads from the Falcon every time that he sees the Fox have the pressure. Ooh, no knee there! Gets the up air, but that puts him in a really bad spot. That was really scary. I thought the Puff was going to get a low percent KO.
A little risky there. And then, that's what I'm talking about. Like, is he kind of going for the way he would punch in a single situation, but like, not how you want to approach it in doubles? Like, I do wonder.
Yeah, I think typically you just go for stomp knee, right? And then set up for an edge guard or 2-on-1 the person on stage. That typically seems to work well, unless you know you have the time to get the KO confirmed with like up your knee or something.
This big back air.
Ooh, I like that reverse 4 there.
Yeah, really, really smart. All right. Oh no.
Somehow the Jigglypuff lives.
Puff dies early, man.
Except the Falcon knee at 140.
That move doesn't have much killing power, man. You gotta understand that.
I think actually what happened was the Fox Firefox the Puff and hit the Puff, and then the Fox got hit. So actually the Puff just got hit by the Firefox. There's no way they're surviving.
No, for sure. Yeah, like, jokes aside, Falcon's knee is actually pretty good. I don't know if people are aware.
Very good move. Very strong move. Extra powerful. Oh no!
Oh, was that a nipple spike?
It didn't look like it. I could be wrong, but it didn't look like it. I think it was just like a miss cancel. But luckily, Puff has all the jumps, so making it back pretty safely.
Because as Puff, you can kind of like just hold up to meteor cancel because of the amount of jumps that you have. Like, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but I used to be a Puff main for a while. Now I'm in Falco, and meteor canceling is not hard with Puff. Like, it is kind of free, as we see there.
Yeah, that's a good example of that meteor cancel you're talking about, just with the jumps itself. Oh, I like the waiting for the up smash, seeing that the Falcon had a decent amount of percent, still around like 40, so knowing that the teammate can come in and get the up smash. That's a really strong Fox Falcon combo, where you get the grab, they do the up smash, you do the knee. They can flesh that out as the set continues. That'll be a great. But it looks like Red Team should take this game 3 pretty solidly. The 4 stock.
Yeah. Beautiful option coverage there with the shine. Them showing why kind of Webwipe loves doubles. Clearly a very capable team, doing well so far.
Absolutely.
That is 2-1, I think, so far. So we're going to the Fox Falcon counter pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling Yoshi's. There's a gut feeling.
That's like you said earlier. Can they handle the chaos? Which one of these players will handle the chaos the best? And I feel like a lot of it, maybe it's because I'm a Falcon man, but I feel like I'm always looking at it through the lens of Falcon. And if the Falcon doesn't get like those early percent KOs, it's really difficult for this team to make it work. But when they get like those KOs at 40, 50%, especially on Yoshi's, on like Jigglypuff, that's going to be so big.
Yeah, and it does seem like my kind of intuition was correct. We are on Yoshi's. You're so right about kind of the conversions that Falcon needs to get. I think Falcon in general just has such like reliable space taking hitboxes, like back air, up air. On a smaller stage, they can be so powerful, as can knee in that situation. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, even back air is going to get a nice little KO there at a percent that would not have happened on another stage. So, counter pick working out so far.
I wonder if you could have angled that just a little bit differently and got back.
Yeah, just like a little trickier angle can go the distance on a stage like this.
Great grab ends up costing him though, and beautiful tech, not giving him any kind of extended punish. Yeah, they're just so good in the scramble. Is the red team?
Yeah, I think the Puff is also doing such a good job
Slide
keeping
off.
the ledge safe. That's a slide off on the knee. That probably would have KO'd without that.
Yeah, absolutely. That like he was at like 70 or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's that defensive tech you mentioned earlier, no?
Yeah. On a stage like this with a character like Puff, you need that actually KO'd.
I was about to say, yes,
busted.
we're up here.
Falcon's busted. That shouldn't have KO'd. That's. I feel bad for the Puff players for that one. That's not
I
okay.
actually is up air Falcon's best move.
Ooh, debatable, right?
Against Puff it is, I think. Like, right? Like it's just so good. And Wizrobe makes it look like the single most broken thing ever, but
Yeah, especially with the drift that Falcon has, up air can be very, very strong. Just like walling them out, or at least trading with the Puff, which is usually favorable.
yeah, like obviously knee is good, Nair is insane. I don't know if I'm like, you know when people used to say like, actually the Fox is camping the Jigglypuff. I don't know if this is like the hipster opinion of like up air is Falcon's best move, but
No, I think there's some strength to it, but what a crazy last couple stocks we saw there. That forward smash KOing both of them. Insane.
I like the Nair usage by Webwipe. Puff's Nair actually pretty good, especially kind of in just how long it is a lasting hitbox. Really controls space good in this kind of situation.
Yeah, and again, the drift really working out well for a move like Nair and a character like Puff, so you can cover so much space. That was almost a really sick KO.
That actually might cost them.
No! The side B from center stage,
Dude.
KOing himself. Is that going to cost Green Team? Up air does not KO Jigglypuff that time. Up smash, getting the sour hit.
We are down to the last 4 stocks of the set, and he cancels out with the up smash.
Radar, what was that? How did no one die from that previous up smash? What is going on?
And it's all down to Webwipe. How will he contest Falcon's up air?
Yeah, and back air here is also so good, right? Because if you trade back air here, Jigglypuff's gonna die. Gentleman, not gonna get the KO.
Oh, he's off stage! Oh, he's playing so patiently, and the Shy Guys are making it as difficult as he possibly can.
Shielding the Jigglypuff, taking one for the team. That was a well-spaced up air, and it looks like we're going to Game 5.
Now, I noticed that the Shy Guys themselves are actually wearing red. Do you think when you say taking for the team, like they're literally on the red team?
I think so. That
Yeah.
looked like it was
That was
on
the
purpose.
true homie.
Yeah, they sent out that Shy Guy immediately when they saw things weren't going well for Red Team.
Have you seen Squid Game yet?
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
like the like red workers in Squid Game? They're kind of like Shy Guys, but like with the black mask instead.
Oh.
Like there's probably a mod. Actually, Van City Primal, shout out to him for doing all these custom stages. If you're watching, there should be like a Shy Guy mod where they have like little triangle, square, circle faces instead.
Ooh. They are always just watching the mayhem and not doing much about
Absolutely, exactly. And then
like
you once in a
that.
while they die. So
it, right? Yeah, sometimes.
not trying to spoil the show too much, but you know, it's not all paradise for the Squid Game employees.
And it's not a paradise for the players on screen. They are
Yeah.
definitely in a battle royale of their own.
Yes, definitely. I wonder, now that I'm thinking about it, how many Squid Game references we are going to have on commentary during this weekend. But this is a big edgeguard opportunity. Doesn't end up capitalizing on it. Falcon gets back to the stage. Beautiful shine.
Yeah. And a lot of that had to do with Webwipe just keeping the Falcon all the way on the right side. Because you could tell the Falcon was trying to get there to the left side to prevent that edgeguard from happening, but just could not get there.
Yeah, it really shows kind of some of the defensive power because Falcon is such a fast character, able to kind of switch positions so quickly, but Jigglypuff doing a really, really good job of just sort of making his life difficult. She has the up smash.
Keeping these first stocks. I wonder how long. Oh, you're gonna get the low percent KO as well and living. And it stocks to 5. This is such a tricky spot to be as green team because the red team is actually staying pretty close together, so they can't really get the 2-on-1s that I was talking about earlier. So they gotta really pick up the there.
Like as in the green team needs to?
Yeah, the green team needs to, yeah, because the red team is just staying so close together that they can't really get this KO on Jigglypuff finally getting it at 156.
Yeah, I wonder if that's been a bit of a kind of strategic switch up on the red team side. Like they say, like let's just play a little closer, try to kind of cover each other's backs a bit. Obviously, you know, we want Jigs to sort of pick her spots and tank the stocks when she can, but it might be a good adaptation on their side.
And living.
Screw and Eris. so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
so good.
And if you DI it improperly too, you can potentially get a huge KO off of it, or your ally can pick it up too.
Yeah, you know, it's just a very, like, I mean, like, every single character there on screen right now is a pretty good move, but Jigglypuff are definitely like not so good in singles comparatively.
Yeah. There are definitely moves like that get powered up in doubles. I agree with you. Oh, the Falcon stuck on the platform.
We haven't seen a single rest this
Nope,
entire set.
seen a single rest,
I was about to
especially
say, like,
that
wait a
up
minute.
air, right? That up air looked like it was such a juicy potential for a rest there. But green team on the last stock.
But, you know, as much as we might question the decisions by Webwipe, he, you know, it's working out. He's thinking like, yo, you guys don't know anything, man. Like, look at this, look at this beautiful doubles play. So
let me show you Team's Jigglypuff the way God intended.
Exactly.
The knee callouts from Green Falcon have been so good. Just catching the jumps of both the Puff and the Fox.
Yeah, definitely. I had mentioned earlier, Polo who is the Falcon player, performed very well at the previous event, Champions of Vancouver in August, and I think both his doubles performance and potentially his singles performance might surprise some people. So this is kind of like a little sneak preview of how he might do in singles.
Absolutely. Back throw there, tries to go for the 2-on-1 while walling out Jigglypuff. With the reverse knee, but Falcon on the last stock goes for the nipple spike. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Okay, well, 2v1 not doing too much, but doesn't matter. Gets the dash attack into the back air, and that will do it. Pretty close set, but, you know, the red team takes it all the same.
Yeah, went the distance. Went the distance to Game 5. For our first set, that was very enjoyable to watch.
And, you know, a huge part of being able to do this set in the first place is thanks to some of our sponsors, Vish. One of them being HyperX. As you guys can see, we are both commentating right now on the Quadcast S mic, and we have the Alpha S headset. HyperX is, you know, if you follow any esport, they've been involved. You know, they've been a long supporter of all esports events, and we're super glad to have